In Swallowed Star Episode 223, Lord Yuan Ao blew himself up and died, but before his death he threw out a treasure map, causing the powerful beings of the entire universe to fight over it like mad. None of them knew that this was part of an enormous conspiracy. After Lord Yuan Ao brought out that eerie piece of strange wood, he swept across the universe. Not a single universe master could stand against him. Because of this, everyone prepared to join forces and suppress him with a seal. Just then, Black Universe Founder, one of the universe's strongest, suddenly appeared and proposed that they deal with Lord Yuan Ao together. However, he demanded the strange wood for himself, offering a peak supreme treasure of equal value in exchange. None of the factions wanted to offend this lone universe strongest, so they all agreed. The group immediately rushed to the Yuan Ao secret realm to surround him. The strongest among them, Black Universe Founder, sealed off space, while the Golden Horn Master spread out his peak domain. Seeing this, Lord Yuan Ao fled into the space interlayer in fury. The powerful beings pursued him one after another. Bound by 2 layers of suppression, Lord Yuan Ao's speed dropped sharply. On the surface, he angrily cursed everyone, but in truth he had already made his plans and was quietly waiting for them to step into his trap. Lord Yuan Ao fled wildly through the space interlayer, smashing apart the space fragments that came rushing toward him while roaring curses at the various factions for shamelessly joining hands to attack him for the divine wood. Yet under Black Universe Founder's absolute control of spacetime and the Golden Horn Master's peak domain, the Endless Light domain, his speed was greatly suppressed. Behind him, the massive pursuing force was rapidly closing in. Ice Peak Master sent a voice transmission, telling Luo Feng that Lord Yuan Ao had fallen into this situation because he did not know the taboo that strange objects could not be brought into the primal universe. This made Luo Feng think of how powerful beings without a strong background could hardly escape the fate of being attacked by everyone. He also came to understand more deeply why Sitting Mountain Guest had told him to keep the Star Tower hidden. Soon, Black Universe Founder was the first to catch up. He attacked repeatedly, heavily injuring Lord Yuan Ao. Lord Yuan Ao barely managed to defend himself with the Black Divine Wood. Although his godly body was damaged, he still declared that in a one-on-one fight, Black Universe Founder could not stop him at all. Watching from behind, Luo Feng clearly saw the details of the battle and instantly realized that Black Universe Founder's attacks were weakened layer by the Divine Wood. The damage they caused to Lord Yuan Ao was actually less than the self-detonation attack of 9 Remoteness Master. Then the Universe Masters completed their encirclement from all sides. Ice Peak Master brought out a peak-sealing supreme treasure, and its powerful devouring force pressed straight toward Lord Yuan Ao. At the edge of life and death, Lord Yuan Ao first promised to give the Divine Wood to Black Universe Founder in exchange for help. After being refused, he immediately threw out an even greater bargaining chip, a remnant map of Qing Feng Realm in the Universe Ocean, left behind by the fallen universe's strongest Shen Yuan. This shocked every powerful being present, including Black Universe Founder. When Luo Feng heard the name of the fallen universe's strongest Shen Yuan, his heart trembled violently. He immediately searched through the virtual universe and learned that this supreme existence from before the Great Destruction had died after venturing deep into Qing Feng Realm, one of the 3 great danger zones of the Universe Ocean. This gave Luo Feng a completely new understanding of how terrifying that forbidden region truly was. Seizing this final chance for survival, Lord Yuan Ao openly admitted that he had relied on this remnant Qing Feng Realm map left behind by Shen Yuan to find the strange Black Divine Wood within the danger zone. He also revealed that the previously missing master of Hu had been killed by him after discovering that he had obtained the treasure. Lord Yuan Ao furiously accused Luo Feng of ruining his entire plan to return to the primal universe, exchange the strange object for supreme treasures, and raise his strength. Luo Feng merely smiled calmly. Emperor Yen was the first to question whether the remnant map was genuine. After all, an ordinary remnant map of Qing Feng Realm had no real value. Only a remnant map that recorded the depths of the danger zone and came from Shen Yuan himself could be considered priceless. It might even lead to the discovery of a supreme true treasure. In anger, Lord Yuan Ao flipped his hand and took out the Chenxi map. This map, made from the incomparably precious Chenxi material, was one of Shen Yuan's signature possessions during his lifetime. The moment it appeared, every powerful being present was shaken. News spread instantly throughout the major factions of the primal universe. The human race's primal Chaos City leader immediately ordered Ice Peak Master and Luo Feng to seize the Chensi map at all costs. The Demon Race, the Northern Border Alliance, the Prison Race, the Space Beast Alliance, and all the other factions also shifted their core objective from the strange object to this remnant map. After all, it was connected to clues about the endless treasures of the universe ocean. To the major factions, its value far exceeded that of a single strange object. The Universe Masters immediately joined forces and confronted Black Universe Founder. But Black Universe Founder openly declared that he would take the remnant map and protect Lord Yuan Ao. The moment those words fell, battle erupted. Golden Horn Master and ZMO Master immediately joined hands to restrain Black Universe Founder, who was being suppressed by the rules of the Primal Universe. The other dozen or so top-tier Universe Masters all surged toward Lord Yuan Ao. Driven into absolute despair, Lord Yuan Ao went completely mad. With an earth-shaking roar, he suddenly tore the Chensi map apart. Dozens of fragments instantly scattered in all directions, drawing every attacker's attention at once. Lord Yuan Ao seized that fleeting opportunity and immediately turned into a streak of light, fleeing madly into the distance. Lord Yuan Ao had violently torn apart the Chensi map. The remnant Qing Feng realm map left behind by Shen Yuan shattered into dozens of pieces that shot out in every direction. Each fragment still contained part of the map's recorded markings, and only by collecting them all could the complete remnant map be restored. The Universe Masters of the various factions, who had originally shared the same enemy, instantly turned against one another. They no longer cared about attacking Lord Yuan Ao and rushed toward the fragments like mad. Even a scattered fragment was immeasurably valuable, because it had come from the hand of the fallen universe's strongest Shen Yuan. Ice Peak Master immediately sent an urgent voice transmission, telling Luo Feng to seize the treasure with all his strength. Luo Feng also instantly unleashed his full power. ZMO Master, who had originally been restraining Black Universe Founder, was the first to betray the alliance. Ignoring the powerful enemy behind him, he charged straight toward the nearest large fragment and confronted the insect race's Minglian Master on the spot. Both of them activated peak domain-type supreme treasures. Endless black waves and spatial ripples collided violently. Along with Golden Horn Master, the three powerful beings who possessed peak domain supreme treasures no longer had any of the cooperation they had shown earlier. For the fragments, each fought for himself, and the entire situation fell completely out of control. At that moment, Black Universe Founder pulled away and publicly announced that he would give up competing for the Chensi map and would only take the strange object. The powerful beings immediately breathed a sigh of relief and agreed to the arrangement. After all, once internal conflict broke out, no one would be able to stop this universe's strongest from seizing the treasure. But Black Universe Founder already had his own calculations. A shattered remnant map could not form a complete exploration route, so its value had been greatly reduced. It was far inferior to the strange object, which could directly increase his strength. He immediately pursued Lord Yuan Ao at full speed and even offered a Peak Supreme treasure as payment to draw Ice Peak Master into helping him suppress Yuan Ao with Ice Mountain Palace. Ice Peak Master controlled the Ceiling Supreme treasure while also dividing his attention to join the fight for the map fragments. Under 3 layers of suppression, Lord Yuan Ao's speed was crushed to the extreme. In despair, he sent a voice transmission to Black Universe Founder, saying he was willing to hand over the strange object in exchange for a way out. But he was flatly refused. Black Universe Founder said outright that by killing him, he could both seize the treasure and earn merit from the Primal Universe. The other Universe Masters also shouted that Lord Yuan Ao had to die, because his fall would bring their respective races gifts from the origin of the Primal Universe. Meanwhile, because Black Universe Founder had shrunk the range of his spatial control, Luo Feng gained an excellent opportunity. Luo Feng immediately unfolded the Golden Kingdom, covering an area with a radius of 1 light-year. Working together with the Nineqiu River, it spread out with overwhelming force and instantly scattered the top-tier domains of the other powerful beings, giving him a major advantage in the struggle for the fragments. He even intercepted a fragment that Emperor Yen had been determined to obtain. With exquisite control, Luo Feng seized the fragment first and put it into his possession, taking fierce revenge for the time Emperor Yen had plotted against him. Emperor Yen was so furious that his face turned ashen, yet he could do nothing. Just as Luo Feng continued searching for more fragments, Lord Yuan Ao, who was being forced toward the entrance of Ice Mountain Palace, let out his final crazed roar. This universe master resolutely detonated his godly body, which stood 1,000,000 kilometers tall. The power of the self-detonation instantly touched the rule limit of the primal universe. A destructive wave of energy swept out in every direction. The expressions of all the powerful beings fighting over the fragments changed drastically. At the first moment, they all activated their godly power and desperately protected the Chensi map fragments in their hands. Lord Yuan Ao's godly body self-detonation unleashed world-destroying might. The shockwave, hundreds of millions of times stronger than a supernova explosion, swept across all directions. The giant space fragments along its path were instantly reduced to streams of particles, and the entire void was completely shattered. The universe masters of the 9 major forces, who had been slaughtering and fighting moments earlier, all stopped at once. They burned their godly power and activated their supreme treasures to build defensive barriers. Even Black Universe Founder used all his strength to control space and suppress the impact. Everyone had only one core goal: protect the scattered Chensi map fragments. At the center of the explosion, Black Universe Founder was protected by his supreme true treasure, the Black Universe Divine Armor. He was only shaken back several kilometers and remained completely unharmed. But Ice Mountain Palace, the peak-ceiling supreme treasure that had been extremely close, was sent tumbling backward by the violent shockwave. After the shockwave swept across a vast distance, its power was greatly weakened, but it still placed enormous pressure on the powerful beings. They had to protect their own godly bodies while also dividing their attention to guard the distant Chensi map fragments, terrified that this priceless remnant map might be annihilated by the wave of energy. When the shockwave finally dissipated, only slowly condensing basic spatial particles remained within a range of 10 billion kilometers. Fortunately, all of the Chensi map fragments had survived. They had merely been blasted chaotically in every direction. Just as Luo Feng secretly let out a breath of relief, he received an urgent voice transmission. He immediately swept the surrounding area with the Golden Kingdom and instantly locked onto 2 extremely large Chensi map fragments tens of millions of kilometers behind him to the side. The smaller piece was more than twice the size of the one he had obtained earlier, while the larger one was 3 times as large. Together, the 2 pieces were worth 6 or 7 ordinary fragments, instantly becoming the focus of the entire battlefield. Luo Feng immediately transformed into a streak of light and rushed toward them. But Emperor Yen, Sky Wolf Master, and Yunnan Master had also fixed their eyes on this heavy treasure at the same time. Ice Peak Master and UMO Master also rushed over. 6 Universe Masters instantly formed a standoff. Relying on his bone wings, Yunnan Master held a great advantage in speed and was the first to approach the fragments. Luo Feng immediately joined forces with Ice Peak Master, using the Golden Kingdom together with the top-tier domain supreme treasure Cold Mist Realm. The 2 powers overlapped perfectly, reaching a level comparable to a peak domain-type supreme treasure. In an instant, they shattered Yunnan Master's Black Mist and greatly reduced Emperor Yan's speed. Seeing that they had no chance of winning, Emperor Yen and Yunnan Master refused to waste more time there and immediately turned away to fight for other fragments. Only the human race and the demon race remained facing each other. Just as Luo Feng and Ice Peak Master seemed certain to win, countless dreamlike colored threads suddenly spread across the sky. The Peak Domain Supreme Treasure Dream Ancestor Domain descended with a roar, instantly forcing Cold Mist Realm and the Golden Kingdom to retreat again and again. Before the 2 could react, UMO Master let out a shrill cry. 81 Black Demon Eyelet vines instantly stretched across the void. This peak attack supreme treasure from Dream Demon Ancestor tightly entangled the surrounding space, causing Luo Feng's speed to drop sharply. Sky Wolf Master sent a smug voice transmission, revealing that the demon race had planned this from the beginning. They had deliberately pretended to be weak earlier, also they could bring out these 2 supreme treasures at the critical moment and seize the prize. Luo Feng and Ice Peak Master's faces turned icy. Only then did they realize that they had already fallen into the trap carefully laid by the demon race. Facing the combined suppression of the demon race's Dream Ancestor Domain and Demon Eyelet Vines, Luo Feng knew that even if he used I Am the Universe, he could only barely contend with Dream Ancestor Domain and still would not be able to escape the Demon Eyelet Vines. He could only unwillingly give up on the 2 oversized Chensi map fragments and split up from Ice Peak Master. After all, The number of Chensi map fragments far exceeded the nearly 20 universe masters present. Only by splitting up could they seize more opportunities. They only needed to join forces when they encountered especially large fragments. The chaotic battle reached its most intense stage. The universe masters of the 9 major factions each displayed their own methods. Some relied on their own top-tier strength, while others depended on powerful supreme treasures, all fighting madly for the scattered fragments. Luo Feng used I Am the Universe at full power twice. Yet even then he only managed to snatch one fragment, showing just how fierce the competition was. On the other side, Black Universe founder had already firmly seized the Black Divine Wood left behind after Lord Yuan Ao's self-detonation. With a strange object in hand, he looked at the scattered ordinary supreme treasures flying in the distance and had no interest in wasting effort on them. To him, as the owner of the supreme true treasure Black Universe Divine Armor, only the strange object could greatly increase his strength. Those ordinary supreme treasures held no attraction at all. He immediately tore through space and left, disappearing into the endless spatial turbulence. A moment later, all the Chensi map fragments had been divided up. The Space Beast Alliance, relying on Golden Horn Master's peak domain, took first place with 10 fragments. The human race, with Luo Feng's Golden Kingdom supporting Ice Peak Master throughout the struggle, obtained 7 fragments in total, an impressive result. Though the demon race only obtained 5 fragments, the 2 oversized pieces meant that their total area was not inferior to the Space Beast Alliance's. After this battle, Luo Feng's winged supreme treasure, which could control space-time, shook all factions. The powerful beings coveted its unique power, but they also feared the human race and sitting mountain guest behind Luo Feng, so none of them dared to act rashly. Only Emperor Yen was filled with resentment. He stubbornly believed that sitting mountain guest was far too biased, giving so many supreme treasures to Luo Feng. In secret, he made a wild vow that one day he would trample Luo Feng, and even sitting mountain guest, beneath his feet. Just then, the powerful beings discovered the many supreme treasures scattered after Lord Yuan Ao's self-detonation. His world ring had shattered in the explosion, and only the valuable supreme treasures had endured the force of the blast. Struck by space fragments, they flew in all directions. The powerful beings immediately scattered, each rushing toward their chosen target. Luo Feng instantly locked onto the top-tier domain-type supreme treasure, the Flame Sand Cup. This treasure could cooperate perfectly with the Golden Kingdom. If the two were layered together, they might even be able to contend with a peak domain-type supreme treasure. Luo Feng was determined to obtain it. But almost at the same moment, Sky Wolf Master also set his sights on the treasure. The two controlled the sand cup from afar, each pulling it toward themselves. With the help of his peak domain supreme treasure, Sky Wolf Master faintly held the advantage. When the distance between the two of them and the sand cup shrank to 100 million kilometers, and no other powerful beings were nearby, a cold light flashed in Luo Feng's eyes. He immediately used his strongest secret technique, I Am the Universe, with full force. With a thunderous roar, a miniature universe with a diameter of 100 million kilometers suddenly took shape. Chaotic airflow spread in all directions, trapping both Luo Feng and Sky Wolf Master inside. Although Sky Wolf Master was startled, he still laughed arrogantly, not taking Luo Feng seriously at all. A final decisive battle was about to erupt.